Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a update on Kawhi. He is headed to the Los Angeles Clippers. Yeah, I would be devastated, but I'm actually in awe of how he played this. This was excellent. This was well played. Had me fooled, had everyone fooled. I'm happy to eat crow, and I'll tell you this. I made a video earlier about the Clippers not having a fan base, but there's something to be said for what they just did. That's the truth. There's something to be said for what they just did. They have the best front office in sports, and they proved it. Point blank, period. Paul George will be headed to the Los Angeles Clippers as well. Y'all should be very excited about that. And that is a trade, I believe, that's going to be involving a record-setting number of picks. So I'd imagine they've given away a ton of their future. But they have a young team. I don't know how much of that's going to Oklahoma City. We'll see. I haven't seen the details of that trade just yet, but it is really, really exciting stuff going on in Los Angeles. Parity is taking place in the league as most people have wanted. I personally wanted to see Kawhi Leonard come to the Lakers, but I felt that, it was a chance that this could happen because he was stretching it out a little bit. I was wondering if he was considering possibly going to the Clippers or possibly going back to the Raptors. When I looked at the Clippers roster today and I saw the depth that they had, I saw a possibility for him to go there, but I was like, they have to have a second star. There's no way they can do anything without making a trade to get someone. Well, they got someone, and they got a heck of a someone, and now they have arguably the best tandem of defenders in the league, and more than enough offensive firepower to really do some damage. Like I said, we'll have to see what that trade is for Paul George, but I'd assume if those two stay healthy, it's gonna be a Western Conference with LA teams involved in it. And that's assuming the Lakers can do the right thing right here in building around AD and LeBron James, which shouldn't be too difficult. This is a tough blow for my team, but I don't think that it puts us in a position to really fret too much. I think at the end of the day, we do have Anthony Davis, and this trade should go through. We have an answer on Kawhi Leonard, so we can go ahead and get the Marcus Morrises and people like that of that caliber, or maybe even take on a salary of someone else ourselves and try to make a trade of our own. Don't rule that out because there are ways you can absorb salary and take on a player that can really help you without giving away too much or even anything at all in some cases. Sometimes you can have teams attach a player to someone that they don't want in order to make it work so they can clear salary for themselves. So the Lakers do have options if they get creative. But wow, I didn't see this coming in terms of Paul George. I'm more shocked with him going to the Clippers than I am with Kawhi going to the Clippers, to be completely honest with you. I didn't think he and Russell Westbrook were breaking up, or you know what I mean, respectfully speaking. I didn't think that was going to be broken up. I thought that they were doing well. And, I knew that they had some issues with their cap. Now that they're kind of strapped, they can't really get better. So this is a good trade for them depending on what they got back. But, woof, the Clippers needed to get a second star. I felt, honestly, that if they got a second star, they had a decent shot because really they check a lot of boxes off for him. And the Lakers gave away a whole lot in this AD trade that kept the depth from being what it could have been. And that was always my argument. I'm still happy with this trade going forward in terms of understanding what AD can bring to you this season. He can have an MVP season for all we know. But it can also be an injury season, and that's what you risk when you trade for a expiring contract, giving away so many players and picks. But it's interesting because now I have to rethink everything I said about the Clippers in terms of what they're going to do going forward. Everyone knows that the Clippers are the B team in LA, and there are going to be a lot of very angry Laker fans that are going to boo the heck out of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard next season. But at the same time, there's going to be a lot of little kids all over the world who are going to watch this and appreciate the fact that Kawhi Leonard didn't join LeBron James and Anthony Davis and just tear the league up with another super team, that he went and tried to create his own super team in that same city to try to keep him from getting the championship. And that's to be admired by a lot of people who are not me as a Laker fan. But, just from the outside looking in, I can really see how the Clippers can gain a quick fan base of bandwagoners and people who just hate LeBron, which it's not going to be difficult to find them. So it's a new day. It is. The Clippers right now, I would say, have the edge simply because of depth plus firepower. We do have the better team just simply because we put together LeBron James and Anthony Davis, in my opinion. But Kawhi Leonard and Paul George is a very close second. And I would say the NBA champion may come out of Los Angeles next year, not knowing exactly what we're going to do with our team. But I'm so confident you put those two together in terms of both teams, and you're going to have some really good seasons. So it's going to be about who can stay healthy. I think for the Lakers, it's about AD and LeBron James staying healthy. For the Clippers, it's more so about how they manage Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I have a strange feeling that it's going to work out just fine for them, but I can also see it going left because they are kind of different personalities, and they will be demanding shots. You know what I mean? They're kind of the same, which will really help you defensively. Offensively, it could look great, but you got to find somebody who's going to set them up. And Shea is more of a defensive point guard. I don't know what he can do in terms of setting people up and running your offense. So I'm imagining them trying to like go back and forth and try to figure out how to do it. It'll come along, but I think the Clippers need to invest in a point guard at this point, someone who can run that offense. But yeah, man, whew. NBA 2K users, it's gonna be fun next year. It's gonna be fun. A lot of parity in the league. You don't know who's gonna do what, but as of right now, power rankings got to look like LA at the top right now. It really does. I don't see any way it's not, to be completely honest, with respect to Philadelphia and what they just done, Milwaukee, Golden State, who's lost so much. I think the two best teams in the NBA are in Los Angeles. So that's going to be interesting, and it should be fun. Go Lakers. Congratulations to all Clipper fans, all three of y'all. Yeah, much hate. You know, I ain't no fan. Won't start being a fan. And but I don't find myself angry at Kawhi Leonard. I think he played this perfectly. If you're going to go to the other team, you want to do your best to cripple us as much as possible, make us sweat, make us feel like you coming to us and all that, because we're going to be enemies. So it's time for you to set a tone, and I think that he set a tone with how he handled this. Even if he didn't intend to, he has put a target on his back. So Laker fans will be active. We're gonna make sure our voices are heard. We're gonna boo the heck out of y'all, and pretty sure that the fan base, the bandwagon will grow on both ends. So it should be fun. Everybody enjoy yourselves, and yeah, that was a surprise, but doesn't suck as much as I thought it would in terms of how I'm taking it. It's like, okay, got it. That's how I feel about it. And I think LeBron James and Anthony Davis see it the same way. It's like, all right, well played. Well played.